Hello everybody, welcome back once again to the Triangle Strategy walkthrough. I just realized this, so that I think this is going to end up being video 170 in this. um, there's there's been times where I've questioned whether or not I should have done 4 full playthroughs, but I don't know. I've just been having a lot of fun, so. So this will end up being a vote phase at the end, and then we'll end it. But let's get started on this. So we'll start out here in Whiteholm Castle, where it says a missive arrives at Whiteholm Castle, informing Thalos and the others of the outcome of Erica's negotiations with Hyzant.
Ah, tidings from Erica. She says Hyzant refused our final offer.
You seem surprised. There was no way Hyzant would agree to open the source.
I know that, but the negotiations were meant to buy us time. Yet it seems their soldiers are already on the move. Damn it all! This wasn't supposed to happen.
If you play with fire, you get burned. Now we have no recourse but to meet them in battle without the Archduke.
So it has come to war, then?
We just have to beat them at their own game. Their newest saint is heading the vanguard. You must be delighted that a former retainer to the crown is coming to visit, right, Cordelia?
Enough, Thalos. I won't allow such impudence toward the Queen.
Queen? This child is nothing more than a puppet. And I believe the impotent one here is you, Avlora. A general has no right telling the Prime Minister what to do.
I had no idea the Prime Minister's job was to torment the weak.
Enough, General Avlora. I will answer the Prime Minister. As the Queen of Glenbrook, I shall protect my kingdom until my dying breath, no matter who may stand against me.
It appears your impudence is contagious, Avlora. Your charge knows not how powerless she is.
Worry not, Your Majesty. I shall protect you.
Because I am to wed the Archduke?
Because you are a warrior. One who does not give up, even if she must fight her battles alone. I was an orphan. I never knew my parents. I entered the army to make a place for myself. So I know better than anyone the pain of having to do everything on your own.
Allow me to bare my heart to you as well, General Avlora. As the last heir to the throne of Glenbrook, I do not intend to let Gustudolf have his way.
You mean to strike down the Archduke?
But I lack the power to do so. Have you heard of the Royalists? The aristocrats who were aid to my father.
I have. I also heard they secretly indulged in bribes and the like for personal gain. That man Patriot was cozying up to the Archduke not seconds after King Regna's beheading. Their kind knows no loyalty.
Indeed. But Gustudolf has not given any of them a position in his court, so they have fallen on hard times. I want to ask Patriot and the other royalists for their help.
Are you mad? No doubt they would wholeheartedly embrace you as their symbol, but only for their own purposes.
I understand that. But their years in service to the crown have earned them great influence in politics. I must have their support if I'm to reclaim Glenbrook.
Is it possible for you to rein them in?
Not alone. But with you, General Avlora, I can. They lack military might. If you accompany me, I could sway them to my cause. Please, General, lend me your strength.
As an Esfrosty general, I simply cannot turn a deaf ear to what you've told me. Did you not think I would tell the Archduke of your plans?
Of course I did. But I refuse to stand idly by as a mere decoration. So if it meant earning your trust, I was willing to show you that I wish to protect Glenbrook by any means necessary.
You took a gamble.
I had to. For it is not status or reward that moves you.
So you bet on my honor, and refusal would sully my name forever. However, safeguarding the kingdom comes first. Fighting at your side will have to wait.
General of Laura!
A word of advice, Your Majesty. Both Hyzant and the Archduke are veterans of war. The fight will not be an easy one, and may rage on for many years.
Even so, I will not falter. I must do this. For my father and brothers.
An admirable resolve. One which I will see fulfilled. I shall be your sword and shield, my queen.
Thank you, General of Laura.
Alright, next up here, on the Telior streets, it says, under secret orders, Huet scouts the Telior domain with Flugi.
Benedict asked me to scout out Telior and where the Esfrosty soldiers are stationed. But I hardly see any around. Why did he ask me to come here in the first place? I doubt it would matter in reclaiming the capital. But orders are orders. I should report back.
Alright, looks like we're ready to do our voting, or start the voting phase. That's happening at Castle Wolfort. As usual, the party decides how to use the new weapon gifted to them by Hyzant.
I apologize, but are you suggesting we destroy the dam around Telior Reservoir to start a flood?
The capital city was built on the banks of the Norzelia River. Breaking the dam surrounding Lake Telior upstream will allow us to submerge a majority of the city. Flooding the town will throw their army into disarray, which should allow us to take the place by storm.
Lake Telior is a man-made reservoir. You might be able to burst through with a blast crystal.
Huet scouted the area earlier and reported seeing very few sentries. Proof enough that this is outside the Archduke's calculations.
No. The damage will be too great. The means would not justify the end, Benedict.
We cannot afford to lose.
I agree with Roland. There is already far too much blood on our hands. Perhaps it's worth speaking with the people and gaining their understanding.
Unless we reclaim Glenbrook, it's unlikely they'll understand or support our actions. We must take the capital back, and show our strength and resolve first.
So that means you stand by Benedict, then?
If we have a sure shot at winning, we need to take it. No matter the consequences. We can't lose the war. We just can't.
Telior Reservoir is the kingdom's water source. The dam was constructed to protect the people from floods. I doubt they would ever forgive us should we choose to destroy it for war.
Glenbrook thrives because of that water, and to use it otherwise is inexcusable. Brute strength isn't the only way to reclaim the city. We can strike at night and defeat their commanding officers. There are ways to slip into the castle unseen.
If you have used it before, there is a chance it has been sealed off since.
There is more than one route. You needn't worry.
So you mean not to use the blast crystal?
No, I do. After we sneak in, we can sink Esfrost's warship. It would close off their escape route.
Our first priority should be ensuring the people's safety. We cannot allow them to be taken hostage. It would restrict our options as well.
She's got a point. But how do we take the capital back after that?
We could use the blast crystal to destroy the bridge connecting the town and the castle. The enemies would be stuck within the walls.
That would certainly mitigate the damages to the citizens. If we encircle the castle, we could negotiate with them.
We could ask them to yield, free Glenbrook, and re-establish the trade between our nations. I am certain we can find a way to make both parties agree.
Negotiate?
I understand your thoughts and the wishes held therein.
Allow me to ask once more. Shall we shatter the dam around Lake Telior and flood the town? Sneak in under the guise of night, sink their ships and slay their commanding officers? Or destroy the bridge, safeguard the people, and negotiate with the enemy? Fetch the scales. It is time we decide our path.
We now have 3 paths before us, each with its own merits and shortcomings. But which one would lead the House Wolford to victory? Literally all of them. Alright, so the first pass through the game, I destroyed the bridge and trapped the enemy in the castle and then negotiated. So I went with Frederica's route, basically. The second time, I infiltrated the castle, which is Roland's route. So this time, we're going with destroying the dam. But I am going to head out here. Let's see. I'm wondering if there's a merchant here. Bingo. Alright, let's see here. Okay, so he's still only got amulets. And still sold out here on wind amulets and grounding amulets. That's interesting. Yeah, so nothing interesting, unfortunately. We'll do our conviction choices and then move on. My lord, how is your father doing? The people are worried. We haven't heard any tidings of his health for some time now. I regret to tell you that his condition remains unchanged. I only wish there were some magic elixir to see him back to health. Or, father's name carries great weight even now. There's no way we would lose him, not when we need him most. I appreciate your concern, but you needn't worry. My father is the strongest man I've ever known. Doubtless will be back on his feet in no time. That sounds good. I look forward to the day already. I have the utmost faith in Lord Simon. But I forget myself. You must be so busy, Lord Serenoa. My apologies for detaining you. Please don't apologize. I'm happy to know that people care about my father, so... Lord Simon is a true hero to us all, and not because he brought the Salt Iron War to its end. We respect him because he has a heart of gold and walks astride his people. Thank you. Neither my father nor I could ask for a better people. So what is my left to say? Lord Serenoa, I shall accompany you wherever you go. I'm sure my knowledge of Aelfric will be of great service to you. Yeah, more like your ability to tempt our enemies is a great service to me. It's so good. And not to mention the absurd amount of evasion that she's got. So this Wolford soldier says, since the fall of House Falks in Talior, many of their people have fled here to Wolford, and refugees from the Crown City have also come to live within our domain. It is not uncommon to hear of fights breaking out between them and the people of Wolford. What should we do, my lord? So our domain can only support so many people. Why not convince them to look to Hyzant for refuge? Or these people have nowhere else to go. We will accept them with open arms, or we must prioritize the happiness of our people. To do so, we must regrettably ask the more problematic individuals to leave. I'm just going to go with the morality option here. Open arms, baby. Very well, my lord, but I should warn you that our domain's resources will soon run dry, and the people's discontent continues to grow. I understand, but before either of those reach the limit, I shall bring Azfrost to its knees. Understood, my lord. Leave the issue of the refugees to us. I believe I will. Alright, so that's going to be it. I've already done that, exploration phase quite a few times. Alright, so let's start with Frederica. I'm actually going to save here too.
Serenoa.
Our nation cannot exist without its people. We cannot risk exposing those very people to any more hardship than they have already endured. And as usual, Frederica is actually completely right here. If we explode the bridge, we can isolate the castle. The people will be spared from our battle. But unfortunately, we're going to destroy the dam and basically annihilate the entire Crown City. Serenoa, do you truly think flooding the Crown City is the best way forward? We cannot afford to lose this battle, and to do so, we must be willing to make sacrifices, or there are a few soldiers guarding the reservoir. We can catch the enemy unawares and greatly cull their numbers this way. I mean, I don't know, both of those don't seem very appealing. It does appear that no one is expecting an attack on the dam, and I know that this gives us a better chance to succeed than my own plan. We risk much to gain much, but after the battle, we can dedicate all of our power to repairing the capital. So long as we fight, injury is unavoidable. It's just a matter of where we draw that line. Might I ask you one more thing, Serenoa? I still find it difficult to agree with Benedict's plan. If victory is our goal, would Prince Roland's not suffice? Sneaking in would put Roland in great danger. If he were to fall, our fight would lose its meaning. Or Roland's plan relies solely on us to claim victory and makes little to no use of Hyzant's forces. I mean, I don't know. Neither of these seem very convincing.
I see.
Sneaking into enemy territory does indeed place all the risk upon our shoulders. It is too dangerous a gamble. We must make use of Hyzant's aid to mitigate the risk. I understand that, but by doing so, we may just be we may just be kindling a fire for an even greater war between the two nations.
What should we do?
That's a good point. At the very least, I now know where you stand, Sarah. Okay, she's been moved by our words. All right. Well, apparently that was a pretty solid choice. Alright, next up here is Gila.
Yes?
So Benedict's plan gives us our surest path to victory, but would incur great damages to the capital, and Prince Roland's plan is far too dangerous a gamble. Call me naive, but I believe Frederica's plan to be the best for all of us. We should destroy the dam. I admit I'm curious as to why you would choose Benedict's plan. The damages will be great, but it is the most certain way to cull this frosty forces. We can then claim victory without the need for a drawn-out battle. Or if we show the duchy that we will do whatever it takes to win, even flooding our own city. We will instill fear in their hearts and dampen their morale. Wow, Jesus. Or we ought to make the greatest use of the blast crystal now that we have one, and this plan allows us to do just that. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm going to go with the top option. Indeed, no army is so great that it can stop a flood. It is our surest path to victory. Even if the Crown City itself sustains heavy damages, we can minimize the harm to the citizens if we end the fight swiftly.
Some time to think.
I understand that Benedict's plan is the most effective of the three, but we must ask ourselves what must be sacrificed in exchange. Alright, so deep in thought. Alright, looks like Roland is next.
Hey.
Flooding the city will leave the people with nowhere to live, and Frederica's plan hinges on how the enemy responds. We can win if we sneak into the castle and slay the Frosty commanders. Only Cordelia and I are privy to the secret passages. Destroying the dam will damage the Crown City. As someone whose duty it is to protect the kingdom, there is no way I could agree to such recklessness. Oh, but you will. There is a chance Her Majesty has divulged the location of the secret passageways, or there will be damages, but all that can be fixed once we reclaim the kingdom, and this plan will give us our best chance of doing that. Hyzant will provide aid to the citizens, or we cannot be sure of Elfric's power. There's no telling how far the damages would reach if we set it off near the castle. Well, I don't think Roland's plan actually involves using Elfric at all, so why... It doesn't seem like that would appeal much to him. I'll go with the second one. So this is the battle we cannot afford to lose. I know that more than anyone. Benedict's plan gives us our greatest chance at success, but the damages will be too great. Even with Hyzant's help, we wouldn't be able to save everyone, and I refuse to believe that I must sacrifice my people to save my kingdom. You've made it clear where you stand, my friend. Alright, Roland's deep in thought. I mean, that is better than I thought. Hewitt is next. Prince Roland wishes to defeat the Asfrosti commanders who unjustly occupy Whiteholm Castle. I see this plan as proof of his resolve. As a member of the Kingsguard, I intend to help him see it through. Nope, we're going to destroy the dam instead. Alright, so Lord Serenoa, you think Benedict's plan to be our best option? Right now, the Asfrosti forces are gathering in the capital. His plan would help rid the city of them in one fell swoop, yeah. There are a few soldiers guarding the reservoir, making this plan more likely to succeed than others, or his plan puts Roland in a safer position than the others. He is the reason we fight, and we must protect him at all costs. I always feel like appealing to Roland, or the protection of Roland, to be the best route with Hewitt. I don't know if that's actually the case, but I'm going with the bottom option. I share your concerns, Lord Serenoa. If we were met with General of Laura in the castle, I am almost certain Prince Roland would want to strike her down then and there. I would do everything in my power to protect him, of course, but we cannot be sure how that would end. Perhaps it's best we take a less direct route. It is clear that Benedict's plan came from the mind of a great tactician, but I still find it hard to support him in light of the damages that it will do to both the city and its people. There's a chance that the Duchy has heard about the tunnels from Queen Cordelia, or the longer the battle draws out, the greater the damages will be. This strategy puts a swift end to the Asfrosti and almost certain victory in our hands. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty solid rationale. I see the flood will wipe out most of the Duchy's forces, meaning there will be little else for us to do in the way of battle. But I wonder how the people will feel knowing their homes were the price to be paid for victory.
I don't know what to do.
This decision will not be easily made, I'm afraid. Oh, there we go. Moved by our words. So basically we nailed it. Eredor is last here.
Aye, lad.
Destroying the dam is our best shot at winning this battle. The enemy wouldn't know it hit him if we flooded the city. But there's no denying that the other plans have their merits too. Should we go with our best bet or consider one of the other options? Yeah, we're going to destroy the dam, brother. So you agree with Benedict's plan too, eh? What made up your mind? A few soldiers guarding the reservoir, making his strategy more likely to succeed than the others. We must choose a plan that gives us the highest chance of victory, or the deluge will deal the Duchy a heavy blow by flushing their soldiers out of the capital. I like that one, I guess. Culling the enemy's numbers is the first rule of warfare. If we can deal those Asfrosti bastards a devastating blow now, we'll have the advantage over Gustadolf from here on out.
I've made up my mind.
We can't afford to lose this battle, and it's clear to me which path will lead us to certain victory. Yeah, I mean... Alright, let's do it. Let's do the vote.
It is time to cast our votes. In which strategy do we entrust the future of Glenbrook? Approach the scales of conviction with your token at the ready.
I believe in you.
I've thought it through and decided to put my faith in your decision, my friend.
I will put my faith in you.
Your words swayed me, Serenoa. I decided that I want to walk the path you've chosen.
I agree wholeheartedly.
After speaking with you, I had a change of heart, my lord.
I changed my mind.
I thought about it a lot, and I decided to choose a different path than Prince Roland's.
I'm with you.
You've got my full support, lad. Let's do it your way. Alright, I think that's a unanimous. As you, well, I would say as
Scales of conviction will illuminate the path we've chosen.
It's not always the case. I haven't always got unanimous decisions. Yep, there it is.
The way forward is decided. We collapse the reservoir and flood the capital, dealing a crippling blow to the enemy forces.
You will submerge the capital to win the battle. I see. So Wolford rules with military might. It is a thorny path you tread. Your people will resent you for this.
I know.
It would be unfortunate if you didn't. but that is what it means to rule with might. I must return to Hyzant and see Minister Kamsel. Next we meet, you will have both of our armies at your backs.
You have my thanks.
We cannot afford to lose this fight. For Norzelia.
I thought this battle was for Glenbrook.
This is not a simple struggle for power, Minister Sereno. The goddess, the source, iron? The war of 30 years ago comes back to haunt us because the old cling to relics of the past. Norzelia needs to be born anew. Right now, the people of every nation are searching for a young standard bearer to guide them.
A standard bearer?
Yes, people like you and me. This war is a fine opportunity for us to show our worth to Norzelia.
Okay, that's going to be it for this one. As always, hope the guide was helpful, and thanks for watching.